Right, welcome back to the unbiased truth or trash on DR Sports.
Make sure it's unbiased.
Hosted by myself, AGT. We've got Abby, Flex, Laurie, and Matisse in the studio. And guess what? Today, it's my favourite episode probably. Manchester United.
What, more than your own? More than Liverpool's one?
The press conference roof is leaking.
Yeah.
So, but
truth.
That is the truth. That is the truth.
Truth.
It's not trash. It's truth. Right, you know how it goes by now, people. Smash that like button. Get your comments into these statements. Subscribe to the channel. The first statement is Manchester United failed Rashford. I'm going to say trash because I think he's failed himself.
Absolute trash. Absolute trash. Man United, listen, I'm not going to, in the interest of talking about this properly, I'm not going to shy away from the fact that there has been a problem with different talents we've had at the club, whether we've brought them in for big money, whether they've been academy players not reaching the potential, because Man United has been a broken institution for a lot of the time. But the reason for Marcus Rashford's decline is not solely Man United. That statement is too broad to say why Rashford's in the mud.
He's not helped himself.
He's not helped himself. He has not improved nearly any part or area of his game. He has not behaved correctly at times and been the role model he should be. There's been some good moments in there. When he leaves Man United, he's had a decent career at Man United. You know, he's
10 years.
You know, he's played Man United nearly 10 years, but it's nowhere near the level. And actually, the player that Marcus Rashford we all hyped up to be, he's just not that good. Like it's, you know, sometimes you can say he's just not that good. Like there's talent there on his day. You know, he's fit, he's quick, he's sharp, he can cut in, and but on a consistent basis to be considered one of the top level players in Europe over that 9-year period, it's not good enough. So it's as simple as that.
The one thing I would add, like you kind of touched on it, but I think that there was, obviously he's had purple patches, which have been good. You see the quality that's there. Maybe the chopping and changing of managers hasn't helped him. But also the stuff off the pitch as well, like questioning attitude, things like that. Like that also hasn't helped. So I think there's a bit of truth to it in terms of the instability around him as a young player. Maybe that does affect your development to a point. I think he's had 6 different managers. Yeah. So that can be a problem, but I think ultimately it is trash.
All right. Next up, Onana is the worst keeper Man United have ever had.
Trash.
That's trash. No, he's not the worst.
We've
had flipping Roy Carroll and flipping Van der Gaal and Bosnich.
Yeah, but you were winning titles.
No, but they were all for keepers. Not with them in goal.
They probably picked up a few medals.
No, and he's better than Bayern as well.
He's pretty poor.
We've had Massimo Taibi.
He's had a poor spell recently. He's been culpable for a few goals he's made. I think the issue with Onana is when his shit stinks, it stinks. That's his thing. Like, he can go for 3, 4, 5 weeks. We don't talk about him because he is just handling business.
This year, the most clean sheets.
He's making saves. He's keeping clean sheets or whatever. I think he got the Golden Glove last year, right? Did he? Or was it the year before?
No, he didn't get it.
He didn't get it.
He weren't there the year before.
Oh, okay. Well, I think
when he was at Inter. When he was at Inter.
At Inter, he was obviously very good in Champions League final. But yeah, I just think when he has howlers, his howlers are massive, and obviously it gets a lot more attention as it probably should. But worst keeper in history. No. Man United's whole history as a club, their whole existence.
What you can say,
it's a long time.
In terms of being the number one, you could say, like, is he one of their worst number ones in a while? You can maybe talk about that because we've had David De Gea for 10 years. We've had Van der Sar. You know what I mean? We've had Barthez. We've had Schmeichel as their like solid number one. So you could start to say, I mean, as a number one, where's he? You know, in between that, we've had periods of like a Tim Howard and stuff like that. But no, he's not our worst. What was the question again? The worst Man United?
Worst keeper.
No. But he's not great.
But like I said, if you give him a bit of time, it could go from trash to true.
What I would say about Onana is he seems too keen to try and be in the limelight for me. He needs to just focus on his game. He tries too hard to be out there and stuff. He's a goofy. That's
fair enough.
I wouldn't say he tries too hard to be out there. I think he's actually...
I mean, he has talent. He's actually a decent keeper, but I just think he's too much.
Good character in the dressing room. I don't mind that. I just not that good.
Next up, here's a big one. Cristiano Ronaldo is the best winger in Premier League history. I'm going trash because it's Mohamed Salah.
The best
truth
in Premier League history.
It's a tough
truth.
Word.
80 goals in the Prem.
Best.
Yeah. There's no doubt in my mind.
He's the best La Liga.
Because he's just the best player as well. Like, he's better than Salah. Like, if he would have stayed the amount of time, he would have been doing the same
legacy.
stuff.
They said best in it. So
yeah. He's the best.
Like his peak.
He won the Ballon d'Or.
His
23 at Man United.
His peak is the best
I'd say
peak performance winger we've ever seen 100%. In this league. And I'm saying that.
But Mo Salah scored 44 in his first season.
I'm not just talking about goals. This is where you guys like kind of lose it. We're not
Well,
just
we
talking
can
about
do
stats.
trophies as well.
We're not talking about stats, or we're talking about
Won 3 Prems in a row.
Just in terms of the
Yeah.
best, in terms of the performance, in
Won
terms
3
of
Prems in a row.
watching
I
them.
know, I
Won a
know.
Ballon d'Or.
Ronaldo, for me,
I'd
his
give
peak
it.
was
I'd edge it to Salah.
really.
As we sit here right now in 2024, about to be 25.
Someone's literally ringing saying,
I know,
You're
well,
wrong,
They
yeah.
can ring all they want.
Before the video's even gone out.
It's Ronaldo.
It's production
saying,
ringing.
Who is this guy?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, he had
I'm
it
really
airily,
offensive.
he had it on the ground,
If it's
he
not
had the
him, who
skill,
is
he
it?
had
He had
long
absolutely
shots, he had the
everything.
free kicks.
Salah, innit?
Like, sorry, we need to talk about the versatility of Ronaldo. Ronaldo had
Yep, just leave it
Alex. Ronaldo had goals from left foot, right foot, free kicks, headers,
Left wing,
skill.
right wing, up front.
Yeah, like so much.
there.
Come
I know,
on.
but it wasn't for
Peak
It was
performance.
for 5 years.
No, but we're not
It
talking
was
about
actually
legacy. We're
for
not talking about
about 3
legacy.
years.
That's what I'm saying. We're not talking.
But
It
this
was
is
3
what,
years.
No,
Salah's done
but
8
this-
years
no,
now.
but that's
We're
then
not talking about
Alex here is the
legacy.
best ever out of everyone. Let's
Yeah,
not
we're not
let's
talking about
shut the whole
legacy, we're
thing
talking about
down.
who's the best.
You
Well,
can't
he's the
just
best
do it
goal
off
scorer
longevity.
out of
If
everyone.
it was longevity, we can't talk about this. That means that Luis Suarez won't even get mentioned as one of the top
Yeah,
strikers
fair.
to ever play in this league.
Darren Bent's better.
Darren
than
Bent's
Luis
better
Suarez.
than him.
Yeah.
Bit harsh on Benty. To be
Do you know what I'm
fair.
saying? So we can't just talk about because he's been here. And if you're talking about since he's been here, Ronaldo in them
Alright.
years won more Prems than Salah has.
All right, Laurie, you've gone trash.
Because he thinks he's
Yeah.
Saka, that's why.
Surely not.
Martinelli.
Surely that's not the argument.
Martinelli then, man.
No, who is it then?
Because I don't, it's a difficult
don't
one,
like
but I
him,
just
I
don't think I can say true.
Why?
Because this up for
Who
it's up
else
for
then?
debate.
Yeah, so
Give us
debate
the
is
name.
who then?
My boy.
Salah.
So you think Salah
Henry
is...
was played in that position, so look, I can't commit to that, man.
All right, well,
I'd
I've
go
gone
down
trash.
the middle.
Let us
No.
know in the chat.
You've
Is
got
it
to
truth
choose
or
one.
trash? No,
Hold
come
on,
on.
you've got to choose one.
you
You've
just
got to be in the middle.
flip-flop?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, you can't
I
flip-flop.
hadn't
You
decided.
can't. There's no
pushed
half.
my
You can't
thing.
hold
Come
the
on.
thing like that. It's
What are you going
truth or
with?
trash, mate.
Truth or trash? Is he the best winger?
He won a
If you're
Ballon
not- if
Ballon
you
d'Or.
don't-
Ballon d'Or.
Well, yeah, but if you don't, I then think.
No,
that
Salah won Ballon d'Or. Henry didn't win Ballon
Well, we
d'Or.
all know why.
right.
but-
You didn't get... Even Michael Owen won Ballon d'Or,
All
mate.
right.
There's certain
So you're going
players
truth,
that
reluctantly.
Salah will never be able to talk to.
100%.
Like,
You
can't lace
we
Ronaldo's
can't just keep
boots.
saying, "Oh,
Alright.
Salah scored goals. Salah did this." Salah,
Ronaldo
there's
is
certain
better
players he will
than
never
Salah.
be able to chat
Oh, yeah,
to.
fine.
And you
If
just
you're
have
not
to just accept that.
in his career, yes, but not in.
Even in the time he was in the
Uh,
Premier
right.
League, he
The
picked up
question
3 in a
was the
row.
Premier League.
The question
Three
was
in
the
a row.
Prem. Next up, Cristiano Ronaldo's return to Manchester United was a mistake for both parties.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
it
for
was.
him. For sure.
Unanimous. We'll move on.
Yeah.
Sir Alex Ferguson is a better manager than Pep Guardiola. That's
Yes.
the truth.
Absolutely.
That is. Look at all of us
Manager,
agreeing. What is going on?
coach.
Truth.
Good thing you said manager.
Head coach.
If it was coach,
all this
Yeah.
stuff.
if it was coach, it would be
Philosophy,
Yeah.
tactical,
the
triangles.
Yeah.
No.
I'm
managing
going
players,
Fergie.
managing.
He
Don't
is
like
the
Fergie.
GOAT.
Yeah,
And the
you
reason
gotta
why I
give him
say
that.
this is, you know what, not just doing the Man United tribal thing to just shut it down and not say sense, right? I just think we're starting to see some of the cracks in the flaws of why he is better
Can
than
I
him.
ask you a question?
Yeah.
Would he last in this day and age if he didn't win a trophy for 6 years, like Fergie did?
What?
Would who? Huh?
Would Fergie last if he was a manager now for 6 years at United without winning a trophy?
What, from the start?
That has to get
No,
mentioned.
from the start.
From the start.
From year 1, 6 years without
Yes.
anything. Well, in modern day football, no, because he came from Aberdeen and he won a European trophy there, but he came from Aberdeen. And in this modern day era,
He wouldn't.
if you come from Aberdeen, and just come from the Scottish League and you don't win something for 6 years, no. But I'm saying, so Alex is that great. This is why I will be biased. In them 6 years, he wouldn't have gone trophyless.
Okay, fair
Don't
enough.
care what era it is.
And you mentioned the Aberdeen thing. That's very pertinent. I mean,
Real
to
Madrid,
do what
mate.
he did there,
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It's a joke.
What was that, 1981? Something like that?
Something like that.
1982?
Like, at the end of the day, he done stuff before he won the European trophy with Aberdeen.
Yeah,
So
man.
don't tell me nothing. When Pep's needing all the best things and all the
I
top,
agree,
top,
I
this,
agree.
that, and the other, not rebuilding nothing, and then going 1 for 12, which Sir Alex never did whilst rebuilding many squads, whilst fending off Arsene Wenger, whilst fending off Benitez, whilst fending off Jose, whilst fending off whoever else came in that time. Well, Pep obviously came.
Ancelotti.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You know, he fended off all these guys and managed to rebuild Man United. And we won the league with people like Darren Gibson, Cleverley, and Anderson, mate.
Yeah.
Don't tell me nothing.
True.
I agree with you.
Simple.
I do think Fergie
Okay.
is the best. And for me, it's the rebuild thing. And it's the access to funds that Pep has had. Listen, obviously, United have spent
had
a lot
money,
of money,
yeah.
but they've also sold superstars. And you think, how are they going to come back from selling Roy
Keane,
Keane?
Beckham,
Rude,
Stan,
Beckham,
Van
Stan.
Nistelrooy,
All
But
Ronaldo.
You did take the
And
best
he
players
did.
in the
No,
league.
we did take the best
Like,
players in the
you
league.
took Berbatov off top.
Yeah, absolutely.
Carrick, you know,
Yeah,
yeah.
we did. No, because
And you gave us back.
But
the
you gave us
reason
back
why.
Fraser Campbell.
Yeah, there you go. And gave man like
you
Danny
know how rude
Welbeck.
that is?
But guess what? The reason why we did that was
Still
because we
playing.
put ourselves in a position where we were the best. You know what I mean? Academy players, class of 92 as well.
That's
Do you know what I
I'm
mean?
going Fergie. I think he's rebuilt it.
If it was coach, I would have said
That's actually wound me up.
Why?
Just made me think. Just that, give you Berbatov.
We didn't. We had to pay for him, mate.
Yeah, but
32 mil.
My board. No, it's not a Spurs shirt.
And then we gave him
But
Premier League
don't ask me
titles.
why I hate my board, because you sell Berbatov and you get back Fraser Campbell.
Yeah,
Come on.
but that's your level.
That's crazy.
Ooh,
That's
it's late.
yours level.
Right, last question.
Not so, mate.
Tapped board.
Ruben Amorim is the right manager to take United back to the top.
Well, it's really hard to.
Yeah.
I think he's the right man for now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
go
go.
for
I'm
the
gonna go
top,
truth because I'm not
To
just
win
gonna
you
say
a
trash.
Premier League.
Well,
You
can't answer
You
that.
can't. You
It's
can't.
such-
No
Literally can't
manager. You
answer that.
can't say
Well, it's
that.
truth or trash.
Well, truth
Well,
then.
I mean,
Oh, okay.
no. I
I'd
mean,
rather say trash than.
Yeah, I'd rather say trash.
If we're doing that, then it's
You can't-
Safer bet.
I don't think you can guarantee that now.
No, you
The
can't.
the job is too big at the moment to see the direction. I think he's a good manager, but he's been there what, a month, 5
Get you
weeks.
back into Champions League place.
Yeah, like-
what was the question?
Is he the right manager to take United back to the top?
Don't know.
I don't know. I can't. Yes, I see what you mean. If I don't know, then I probably have to say trash.
Yeah.
Because it's too.
Too
There's
early.
no manager in world football that you can go and say he will be the man to take them back to the top.
Yeah.
It's a difficult question to answer with a truth or
And the
trash.
job
to
is
be
so
fair.
big.
It's not even down to him. That's the problem
Yeah.
with the question is it's not even solely down to him. It's down to INEOS. It's down to how ruthless they are in selling players,
Correct.
moving players out, how good their recruitment is and their talent identification. It might not be him.
Yeah.
If he might do the best he can do and may not get back to the top
Yeah.
due to other things.
And actually, it goes to what even Ruben Amorim said himself. Yeah, he said 2.5 years is enough to know if I am the right guy. Like he said, you don't know now.
Yeah.
We honestly do not know.
Well, I'm predicting the future a little bit. I'm going trash.
If he doesn't get back to the top, I'm pretty sure it won't be down to him.
Have INEOS helped or hindered United more since they've joined the club? Have they done the right things? The majority of the right things, have they done those things at United so far? I'm talking about the wage cuts, £100 bonuses for the stewards, gone. Yes, they've obviously spent a few quid and brought some players in, but Flex will probably be the best person to answer this one.
I'll
But
say
he did also say all the right people
it's
are
a
now
mix.
at the
Yeah,
club.
so it's obviously a mixed bag of decisions. By ripping out the old football department and getting specialists and trying to change how we operate. Yeah, good. You're supposed to do that. That's right. Writing off some of the debt, putting money in, fixing up Carrington. Yep, good. This is what you're supposed to do. But they set us back by staying with Eric Ten Hag and then had to pay him off big money. They gave Eric Ten Hag and wasted another 200 million, where I'm now looking at that window going, what have I got to show for it? Wasted. You had to go and get compensation to bring in Ruben Amorim. Money wasted.
Dan Ashworth.
You waited for Dan Ashworth for 5 months, gardening leave, co-signed him, said he's this, said he's that, sacked him in less time than he was on gardening leave and had to pay him off, wasted money. So, it's a mixed bag. So the ruthlessness, you can argue that the ruthlessness is there because they brought that guy in, realised he wasn't good and said, absolutely not,
Yeah.
we're cutting ties, that's ruthless. But you're not ruthless when you're in the summer before the FA Cup final, when Eric Ten Hag's on his last legs, you're and you're ahhing, you might not, you don't sack him. That's not ruthless. So mixed bag for me. So far, we can't say everything they've done has been good.
I think that's
I
bang
think
on.
it's more trash than truth. There's obviously been some improvements, but for me, it's just how they've dealt with the people of the club. Sacking people that have been there for years, the stewards. I can't look past that.
Yeah, but
stuff. It's not nice.
here's the thing about that. I know. Listen, redundancies and like shrinking the size of a workforce and that, these are difficult things, like humanly. But in a business, like when you're trying to run an establishment, and Man United staff they got 250, they got the biggest wage staff, the amount of staff, like just physical
Yeah.
amount of staff out of everyone. When you walk into a business that's failing, it's not doing well financially, you have to walk
make
in
cuts.
and you have to make cuts. It's not nice, it's awful. But this heartstring thing of like, oh, so terrible with this. We're running a football club, man. Like
Not
it's
charity.
awful. Like I'm not saying hold that stewards can't get 50. I'm not saying that. And obviously, if you make these types
That
of
would-
cuts,
that would
that'll
be
be
horrible
awful.
if you said
I'm
that.
not. And if you make these type of cuts, that's why I've criticised them, because you're taking out Sir Alex Ferguson because you don't want to give him a couple million quid a year as the ambassador. You're letting go of 250 staff, but then you're making us have to pay 17 million compensation to Eric. You're making us have to pay £8 million to Ruben Amorim to get his coach staff. You're making us have to pay a couple million to Dan Ashworth because you're making bad mistakes. So I get that, but this whole but the way they've cut jobs and that. Man United is a failing institution. You have to come in and make big, tough decisions. I don't mind that.
Yeah, I get that.
Fair enough.
Also,
Well,
the only thing I would say is I think where you're cutting like people's livelihoods is like when you've got players like
Agreed.
a Casemiro.
So when we get to the
Eriksen.
summer, exactly. So
That's
because
where you've
those
got-
things have already been
Of
done.
course, you've
So
got
when
to
we get
make
to the
those
summer,
cuts.
that's why we're seeing Rashford. Look, Rashford's on his way out of the club.
Yeah.
This is massive. Like this is the beginning of like big dogs, like laters.
Yeah.
See you later, mate. Marcus Rashford, number 10, M10.
Restructured.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, not in matchday squads. See you later. We're doing the Aubameyang Ozil thing now.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, we can cuss on that and say how badly Man United's been mismanaged. We already know this.
Yeah.
It's about going forward.
All right. Well, that's been Truth or Trash, the Manchester United edition. One of my favourite episodes. That I'm sure we're going to have Liverpool.
Can't wait for
very
the Liverpool
soon,
one.
So I'm sure there's a bit of
Pure
revenge
trash.
on the cards there.
I'm good waiting
For
for
both
it.
trash.
production
When's the
and
Spurs one?
panellists. And the Spurs one will be good.
I can just do it now.
as well. It's all trash.
Trash.
It's all trash.
Trash.
Smash that like button, get your comments in, people. Happy Christmas, and we'll see you soon.